Hello, it's Liz from West Star Tarot, and I'm doing a response to Masha's top tarot trumps, and today I'm doing the Emperor. So my 5 favorite emperors, and I actually think I might have 6. I'm not, it's not my favorite card, the Emperor. It's a little bit too aggressive and orderly and structured and rigid for me. And I'm an Aries sun, so there is that. The Emperor is a ruler. He is often depicted in a power over way. Not a power with way, although some of the cards I'm going to show today are like that, more like power with than power over. So this book by Corinne Kenner, Tarot and Astrology, I've been using as I've done my past year cycle through the decans, and so I just wanted to read a couple of sentences from here. So the Emperor typifies the Aries personality: fearless, confident, courageous, and completely in control. They're a master and commander, a visionary ruler, and lord of all they survey. They create order out of chaos and transform their conquests into an empire and a civilization of their own design. The Emperor is ready to protect and defend their realm at a moment's notice, like Ares, the Greek god of war for whom the sign was named. So there's one other thing. Aries is a fire sign. In both astrology and tarot, the element of fire symbolizes spiritual energy. As a result, the Emperor can be hot-headed. All that fire makes them passionate about the causes they believe in. They're bold, brash, self-confident, and doesn't doubt themselves for a moment or question the rightness of their cause. This is not really someone that makes me too happy. It's a little too, like I said, power over instead of power with. So let me get into my cards now that we've talked about the Emperor and the Aries connection. So the first one I wanted to show you is the Emperor from the Marielle Tarot. And what I like about this card is, to me, in order to be a good ruler, you need to have wisdom. You need to be wise. You need to have experience. And this Emperor looks to me like a wise person who's had a lot of experience. And although they may be head over heart, they have wisdom. And they're not, to me, this being doesn't look so much like they're all about power over. I don't know, maybe it's the dragonfly or the flower. I don't know. I love that. That came right to mind when I started thinking about emperors. The other one that came right to mind is this one, the one from the 5th Tarot by Martian and Teresina Bacons. This is kind of an interesting tarot. It's got a little bit of a new aginess to it, but not obnoxiously so. And why I like this Emperor card is because, yes, he's a ruler, but look, he's also a father. He hasn't gone so far down that path of power over and ruling and dominion over all, to forget that he's also a family person and he has children that he wants to protect and take care of. And maybe these aren't even his children. Maybe they're just children of the realm. I'm not sure. So let me just Just as the Empress represents the sensuous and sexual aspects of the feminine, the Emperor represents the virility and strength of the masculine. He stands erect, strong, confident, fully embodying male sexuality. On his crown, we find the antlers of a stag, reinforcing the attributes of stamina and virility. Above the two children, we find the constellation Aries. You see that? The ram, the ruler of Aries, is the planet Mars, which we find above the sunflowers. Sorry, guys. The Emperor is superimposed over a tree. I'm just going to hold this up. Over a tree symbolizing the tree of life. He carries the seed which, when planted, bears the fruit of all life. His feet are firmly planted in the roots. The trunk of the tree is aligned with his torso, and the branches reach up to the sky. So this is a little bit of a softer, gentler emperor than the one I read in the Corinne Kenner book. Next up is the Emperor from Chris-Anne's Lightseers. I love this one. So we can see the symbolism here. We see the ram, and he's holding a chess piece. I think that's a king. I'm not a chess player. And his seat is the planet Mars. And again, he looks like a thoughtful leader. He doesn't look like rash, bold. No, he looks bold, but he doesn't look rash. He doesn't look thoughtless. He looks as though he will think things through. And if the Empress is the heart and the Emperor is the head, he can be a thoughtful ruler. Like I said with the Marielle, a wise ruler. So that is the Emperor. So here's what Chris-Anne has said. A natural leader, structure, a business person, a time to employ strategic and analytical thinking, taking action, calculated risk, divine masculine, looking after others, authority, power, boundaries, and success. That's the light seer. And then in the shadow, unchecked power, ruling with an iron fist, being overly pragmatic and rigid, corruption, selfishness, being too defensive. So we like to see maybe a little bit more of the light seer aspect than of the shadow. So I decided that I would look at the Wee Moon Tarot, which is a feminist tarot. And I wanted to see what they had to say about the Emperor. Here's the card. And this card is not called the Emperor, it's called the Empowerer. So I like that idea of one who empowers, not one who just yields power, but one who also empowers. So, empowerment. Goddesses embody the spiritual values of world cultures. The Empowerer is a matriarchal rendering of the Emperor card. The divine feminine upends the patriarchal paradigm of dominance and control. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to hold the cards up. Green Tara is the Tibetan goddess of wisdom, compassion, and power. So that's an interesting combination. Wisdom, compassion, and power. So power with wisdom, power with compassion is better than just power. She empowers us to uphold truth and practice kindness. She helps us dispel our inner demons and overcome powerlessness from inner and outer sources. Green Tara sits with one leg outstretched, ever ready to spring into action to empower liberation from all forms of oppression and suffering. Call on her. So I rather like that version of the Emperor. And then finally, I have the Emperor from the Healing Earth Tarot. And this is by Jyoti and David McKee. So again, we see this Emperor in a more kindly, empowering, protective way, rather than someone who is consumed with power over. And again, we see a child sitting on their lap. All types of flora and fauna are surrounding the Emperor and seem to be at peace with the Emperor. So this says, upon the throne of stone hewn from the earth itself, the Emperor sits among creatures and life forms for which he cares. While a small naked child nestles on his lap, an eagle unfurls wings to alight upon his left shoulder, and a small green lizard sits equally at home on his right shoulder. A whale splashes in the blue and tranquil sea of the sun-soaked paradise beyond his seat. Resting by his side is a great lion, and rabbits peep through the long grass. A gentle deer finds a place here amid the purple irises, and in the trees a koala makes itself at home as a kangaroo moves into the shade. Not a ruler of power by might and force, but one who shelters the tender and small while blessing the wild and fierce. The Emperor makes this paradise his home. His red and purple robe symbolizes the meeting of passion with intuitive understanding. He assumes his role as guardian of Earth. So you can see that I've chosen a little bit softer, kinder, gentler Emperor cards. Those are what appeal to me, rather than the dogmatic, rational, authoritarian, power over type of emperor, sorry. So what are your thoughts on the Emperor, and what are your favorite Emperor cards? Again, I want to thank Masha for doing this tag. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to the Hierophant, which is up next. Peace and love to you all.